my audience members. Right now, as an 18-year-old girl, the real only concern that I think about day to day is, how am I going to do in school today? How am I going to perform at volleyball practice? How am I going to, go home and see my family this weekend? What am I going to do? Am I going to go to the movies with my friends? Are usually the biggest concerns that I have right now in my life. But for some people, and I'm talking about aged 13 to 18, most teenagers are thinking about, who's going to babysit my child tonight? How am I going to get money to get formula? How am I going to, I'm running on 2 hours of sleep and I have homework and I need to take care of the baby, who's going to help me? Which are all, it's not uncommon to hear those things coming from a teenage girl. Teen pregnancy has been around for ages. It's not uncommon, but recent studies have showed that out of 1 million teens between 15 and 18 get pregnant every single year. In New York, they give teens the right to birth control and abortion without parental consent. Michelle Handelman, mother and teacher, says that they have the right to free and confidential care, to get tested for infections, prevent infections, and to prevent pregnancy. Many teenagers aren't stable enough to have a child. They're not mentally, physically, emotionally stable. They don't have stable incomes. With going to school, it'd be hard to have a job as well. And sometimes they don't have stable home lives. 1 in every 5 girls rely on the pull-out method or no protection at all if they had to notify their parents that they were indeed having sex. I know a lot of girls that have unprotected sex, and it isn't uncommon for someone age 13 to 18 to have unprotected sex because they feel embarrassed or they don't want their parents to be disappointed in them by telling them that they need to have protection in order to have sex. Many teens are very scared to tell their parents. I mean, that's kind of like asking your parents to be disappointed in you, to disown you, to just, not be happy with you. And it's very uncomfortable. And with teenagers still going to school, going to school is hard. I mean, there's tons of people that judge you every single day, and you add a big belly, and, it's not good for teenagers emotionally at all. The extent of the problem is all teenage pregnancies are unintended or unwanted. They all happen by accident. But with protection, stuff like this wouldn't happen. If we could put teenagers on protection, but teenagers could be on protection without telling their parents, the number of teen pregnancies in the United States would decrease. Age 13 out of 18 are affected more than anybody else just for the fact that they don't want to tell their parents. People may say that birth control or Plan B is dangerous and it has bad side effects, but a study has shown that having a baby is a lot more hazardous for a teenager than being on birth control or Plan B. Having a baby at a young age is hard on the body. Yes, you do recover faster just because your body is younger, but it is still hard on the baby. It's hard for all mothers, not just young mothers, old mothers. It's hard on everybody. When having a baby, doctors warn you about premature, your baby not being developed and you having the baby and it's not fully developed. Anemia, which is a low iron level. Low birth weight, having a child that is under 5 pounds, which is common. There are many different types of birth control, such as the pill, the vaginal ring, the diaphragm, the IUD, the implant, the female condom, the male condom, and Plan B, which is the morning after pill. It is not to be taken as contraception, but it is to take in just in case, something happens. By the time teenagers are 19, 7 out of 10 of them have already engaged in sexual intercourse. And every single day, 2,000 teenagers get pregnant around the world. This is a graph that I have, and it shows at the bottom the different types of birth controls, and it shows them how effective they are if taken consistently and taken correctly, taken every single day at the correct time you're supposed to take it. Or if you're on like the implant or the IUD, it doesn't have to be taken every way, but just knowing that you're using it right. Almost all of them, if used consistently, are 99.9% effective. Many people think that people only want to be put on birth control for the reason of having sex, but that's not the only reason teenage girls or girls in general get put on birth control. Birth control is also for irregular periods. It helps you regulate your period. Birth control also helps with acne. It helps clear up your skin. And most importantly, for girls, you guys would know, it helps with cramps. Cramps are very uncomfortable and they get in the way of your day sometimes. Birth control can level them out so they don't hurt as bad. Teen pregnancy is 100% preventable with knowing the right information. You can go to your local family doctor to learn more about birth control, but you can also go to a Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood locations and times are here in Walla Walla, Monday and Wednesday, 9 to 6. Kennewick, Washington, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5. And Pasco, Washington, Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 6. Remember, teen pregnancy is 100% preventable, so get the help you need and understand the information correctly. Also, I have one more graph to show you, and that would be the teen pregnancy outcomes. 60% of teen pregnancies will have birth to the child. 26% of them will have an abortion, and 15% of them will end in miscarriage. But with birth control, all of these can be taken out. None of these would happen if someone was on birth control and protecting themselves from having a baby at a young age. Thank you.